Welcome to Corky's Tea Time. As you heard playing, this is a music box that I bought back in 1990. Around 90, 92, somewhere around there. Probably earlier than the 90, you know. I didn't write it down, didn't keep track of it. It's a lovely little music box. There was a store that moved here to our town called Gottschalk's, and it was from Canada. I bought this music box over there, and I just absolutely love it. It's just adorable as can be. Very sweet and precious, and she's got a very detailed, textured wedding dress. Funny thing is, that's how my daughter and my son-in-law looked on their wedding day. The men wore gray tuxedos. Very sharp. Let me turn this just a tad. There we go. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm sitting here in my kitchen, and I was dusting off my dresser, and I started playing with my music box because I haven't heard in a while. And I think I'm going to have the husband take a look at it and see if it needs, I think it needs tightening up. But, wedding advice. What kind of wedding advice were you given when you got married? I was told by one of my mother's friends at our reception. She came up to me and she said, "He's young, train him while you can." I was like, I was young too. I was like, what the heck? I was 18, he was 19, but it was his 20th birthday. We got married on his 20th birthday. Funny joke was, I have to buy him 2 gifts, because one for his anniversary and one for his birthday. He goes, "Yeah, but your 2 never cost as much as the one I always have to buy you, because it's your anniversary." So we joke around like that, and then people are like, "Why'd you get married on his birthday?" And we're like, "Because it was the only day of the year available." The only day of the year we would be together. Let's see. No, we spent so much time together. It was a very quick relationship, very quick courting time. Very quick, you know. We knew when we met each other, we knew. We didn't have to look no further. And his favorite memories are when we would go sit out at night on the swing set and swing and just talk and talk and talk and talk. And that was his most favorite time. Oh, let's see, what else was it? Yes, I have given marriage advice to brides. One bride, she was talking about how she was going to go to, oh, I forget the foreign country, and she said she wanted to adopt. I told her, I said, but if you could ever have one of your own, have one of your own, if you have that chance. I said, there's nothing like holding your new baby, you know, and feeling that baby grow inside you, you know. So if you can have one of your own, and have at least one. The biggest advice I ever gave for wedding advice was to my daughter. I told her, don't lose your identity in this relationship. And the reason why I said that is because back in the 80s, I don't know if y'all remember, when it was a very, I blame this like on that Ruth Bader Gingrich, whatever her name is. Women were able to work outside the home, make really good wages. They made such good wages that they could pay rent and house payments on their own. They were getting home loans, car loans, credit cards, bank accounts, checking accounts. Shoot. Because now they had all the rights that men had. I'm trying to adjust myself in this chair. And so they were able to go out in the world and do these things, and so there was this movement where women had walked out of the home and the divorce rate was really, really, really high. And these women would marry for a few years, maybe have a kid or two, divorce, they'd leave the kids with the man, go off with another man, or maybe they'd go off on their own. It was a really big, scary time. I've had men come up and ask me, why are women leaving? I told them, I said, honestly, I really don't have a clue, but if I'm going to go and throw something out there into the universe, I think Ruth has something to do with it, that these women received the message the wrong way. And there's a book called I'm Okay, You're Okay, and there's a chapter inside that book, and it's called The Paper Wedding Dress, or Disposable Wedding Dress. I think it's The Paper Wedding Dress is what it's called. But it's about disposable wedding dresses, because the divorce rate and the remarrying rate was so extremely high. And it was a very tough time for a lot of children, you know, because the mothers were walking out of the home, they were working outside the home. I felt like I had to shelter in place back then, because I'm like, what the heck is going on, you know, and I was gripping onto my family. I wanted my husband, I wanted my children, you know, I wasn't going nowhere. So I have no idea why this was happening. And then, what else was it? Just the divorce rate was really extremely high, you know. I have no true answer for it. But my wedding advice to my daughter was, don't lose your identity in this relationship. Know who you are. Know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to do, what you want to be. You know, don't let any barriers come up, you know. And it's very important because a lot of women do lose their identities once they are into a marriage, you know. Some can't even handle having a boyfriend, you know. And so that was my thought for today. It was about marriage advice. What kind of marriage advice were you given? I wouldn't know what to say to anybody who was getting married for a second time. I would have no clue at all. I have someone I know who got married twice to the same wife. Excuse me. And I was like, if it didn't work out the first time, is it going to work out the second time? They got divorced the second time. Honestly, I think they got married the second time for financial reasons, because maybe they didn't do something right through the first divorce, and maybe somebody was going to lose a benefit, so they got remarried. I think that's what that one was about, because that was a real quick marriage for the second time around. Well, I think I've tugged on your ears long enough. I'm going to go dig out the chamomile tea. We got the teapot and the honey pot sitting out here. And I'm going to dust off my little music box here. And I think it's gotten loose on the bottom. I'll have to have the husband look at it to see. But I just love that little music box. And so anyways, you all have a great rest of the day. And I will be talking to you later, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.